Welcome to our Engagement Department overview for the 2020-21 school year. My name is Rebecca McAlpine and I have the privilege of serving as the Director of Engagement. Thank you so much for the opportunity to share about all things engagement. I'm so thrilled to share an overview of our Engagement Department initiatives with you today. Today's agenda will cover meeting our engagement team, the mission and vision of the Engagement Department, as well as an overview about a few of the Engagement Department projects and associated data. Let's take a moment to pause and draw our attention to our mission and vision statement, as well as recall our school-wide WIG, which is by focusing on scholar engagement, 100% of our eligible scholars will graduate by the end of the 2020-21 school year. So grateful for the opportunity to partner together in putting scholars first. Our engagement department consists of myself, Rebecca McAlpine, as the Director of Engagement, along with Danielle Del Negro, our engagement specialist, and all of our CCS family that elects to support our engagement initiatives as part of their Compass Experience menu and/or assists with sharing about all of our offerings. Ultimately, our engagement department mission is to create activities that foster connectedness and build community. We believe that connectedness and community support scholar learning and retention. We wear many hats in engagement, including but not limited to field trips, virtual scholar workshops, contests, scholar recognition, graduation, promotion, back to school picnics, Learning Coach Academy, scholar clubs, and more. We can't say thank you enough to all of our stakeholders that help and support the various offerings that we provide to our CCS family. One of the unique opportunities that this school year has provided us is the need to pivot our in-person offerings, such as making our field trips to be virtual experiences. This opportunity has resulted in an expansion of our virtual scholar workshops hat that we wear here in engagement. On this slide, as well as the next slide, is a list of offered and planned virtual scholar workshops in alpha order. In this season of engagement in-person offerings being on hold, we have been offering at least 2 virtual scholar workshops per week, which have been on Wednesdays and Fridays at 12 p.m. Our intention with these expanded virtual scholar workshops have been essentially to bring field trips to our scholars' homes. These opportunities have included mailed kits sent to scholars' homes, to all complete together at the time of the workshop, to guest speakers, to interactive activities, and more. In the interest of time, I won't go over in detail what all of these sessions have offered. If you'd like to hear more, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Here's our second slide detailing our virtual scholar workshop expansion efforts. You may recognize some of our regular offerings, such as our virtual scholar talent shows and scholar club kickoffs, along with some new opportunities, such as an inauguration watch party and Moxie Box. Endless hours have been poured into these offerings, and they continue to be efforts well spent, as we have received such positive feedback about the impact of these opportunities for our scholars. Here on your screen, you can see a breakdown by charter of our virtual scholar workshop total scholar registrations that we have received during semester 1. Also, here is a slide providing an overview of feedback that we have received from the virtual scholar workshop participants who have opted to submit our optional post-workshop survey. We are thrilled to know that the vast majority of our scholars in our virtual scholar workshops to date have either liked or loved the opportunities that they have experienced. A picture is worth 1,000 words. So here are a few thousand words about one of our fall-themed virtual scholar workshops where we partnered with the Sawdust Factory to give our scholars an at-home woodworking painting craft. Their smiles bring so much joy to my heart and life to my soul. I hope they do the same for you too. Another interesting pivot that we had to make this year was turning our annual back-to-school picnics into entirely virtual events. Our picnics were part of our pivot for our Scholar Celebration Plan, where we had intended to celebrate our kinder 5th and 8th grade accomplishments from the 2019-2020 school year during our back-to-school picnics. Without the return of engagement in person, we joyously celebrated the accomplishments of our classes of 2032, 2027, as well as 2024, and acknowledge the success of our 8th grade Presidential Award recipients during this virtual back-to-school celebration. We also started the year off positively with a visit from Dr. Jim Van Allen of the Energy Bus team as our keynote speaker. Additionally, we mailed home a certificate, program, postcard, and class of bumper sticker to each of our kinder 5th and 8th grade scholars that were celebrated during this virtual back-to-school celebration that was hosted by our superintendent and CEO, JJ Lewis. Next on your screen is the list of offered and planned contests for this school year. A quick spotlight that I'd love to share in regards to contests is that the winner of our Thank You Poster contest submitted a project expressing their gratitude for how their family is always there for them. What a gift it is when our scholars participate in our contest offerings. It is such a beautiful experience getting to know our scholars via their submissions. As we are continuing on this highlight of our contest offerings, I wanted to take a moment to share some of the photo submissions that we received during our Fall Spirit Week when we highlighted Red Ribbon Week. It is so much fun to see our scholars and staff alike participating in our dress-up days. From showing off our crazy hair to showing off our muscles, we all showed how we are in support of the Red Ribbon Week theme, which was Be Happy, Be Brave, Be Drug-Free. On your screen is a list of our 25 available scholar clubs that we launched for this school year. In a time of social distancing and staying at home, our virtual Scholar Clubs program has been a great source of comfort, connection, and joy for our scholars and staff. From cooking club to book club to virtual field trips club and more, we desire that these clubs provide spaces and opportunities for our scholars to form connections with other scholars and staff members based around their interests and hobbies. Clubs meet at minimum once per month via Zoom and utilize Google Classroom to connect in between meetings. Our clubs are designed to be scholar-driven, including electing club officers for each club. A big shout out to all of our Scholar Club advisors who support the facilitation of these clubs being available to our scholars. Next up on your screen, you can see a breakdown by charter of the number of Scholar Club registrations that we received following our Fall 2020 Scholar Clubs kickoff. On average, the scholars that signed up to participate in clubs signed up for about 3 to 4 clubs each, which translated to approximately 1,000 scholar registrations across all Scholar Club rosters. Our recognition program and opportunities are listed on your screen in alpha order. As you can see, we offer a variety of opportunities, whether it be monthly, semesterly, or yearly opportunities for scholars' strengths to be highlighted. In the interest of time, I won't go over in detail each award. In-depth descriptions of each award are available upon request. I'd be more than happy to share them with you. Our families do have access to full descriptions of each award via the Parent and Scholars section of our website. Learning Coach Academy, or LCA for short, is up next in our engagement discussion. This is a newer initiative that we launched last school year and is designed to provide relevant and meaningful training videos along with a collaborative community of learning coaches and staff. Those who participate in LCA are provided with 1 training and 1 question per week for 10 weeks. Those who complete all 10 sessions and actively participate are provided with certificates. Graduates of our LCA program are considered as possible candidates for our Learning Coach Ambassador program that we are still designing out. As we look forward to our 2021 Scholar Celebrations, they are currently set for the week of June 14. In previous years, we have held in-person ceremonies to celebrate locally for each charter. At the end of last school year, we had to pivot our celebrations and celebrated with a virtual commencement ceremony, along with sending a graduation in a box to our class of 2020 graduates. Plans continue to be developed for our class of 2021 celebrations to ensure our scholars have marked moments to highlight all that they have achieved in their educational journey. Speaking of our virtual commencement ceremony, here are a few screenshots from that experience. A big shout out to all who participated in hosting this formal Zoom webinar, including our Master of Ceremonies, our Superintendent and CEO, JJ Lewis. This virtual experience allowed our scholars to not only turn their tassels in a hair pop and circumstance, but also have a personalized slide dedicated to their educational journey as their name was being read. We also celebrated distinguished graduate awards and provided an open mic type reception so we could see all of our scholars in their caps and gowns surrounded by their families. It was one of the most cherished days to date of my professional career. As mentioned earlier, here's a snapshot of a few of the items that were received in our graduation in a box that was sent out to our scholars for our class of 2020 graduates. Scholars received all of these items along with a printed program that was formatted to accompany the virtual commencement ceremony. Last but not least, thank you again so very much for the opportunity to share an overview about our engagement department. It is such an honor to partner together in serving our scholars. Please feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. My phone number, email address, and Twitter are all listed on your screen. I'm so grateful for all the opportunities that we have provided as a CCS family to our scholars and look forward to the many more that we have ahead of us. Thank you again so much, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Go Firebirds!